Yeah, that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Miles Sanders, the rookie second rounder from Penn State. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Blue 80!
Watch time! Tight end,
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 41, Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Got his man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's another Eagles first down.
Here we go.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. His throw caught. What about the 5? Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game.
The score, Eagles 7, Cowboys nothing. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go. Sit. Watch the sit.
On second down, Prescott again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Prescott over the middle, Cooper with it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018. 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott trying to lay one up deep. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite 45. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Check 15. Check.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. First down, and it's Pollard again. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And he cuts it out right sideline. Some space here.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. On 1st down, Sanders. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a leaping catch. He's got it. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for Eagles. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Here we go.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
It's the party now.
Throwing is Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Jalen Smith charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Back to you. Mike 54. Mike 54. Oh, yeah.
Okay, great.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. He sets to fire deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A 62-yard attempt.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And, Charles, when you start talking about NFL kickers that have hit from 62 or further, it's a pretty short list, isn't it?
That it is, but how about the trust by a head coach to even let your kicker try from that range? That's really showing a lot of faith that he can get the job done.
Yeah, faith and guts. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Prescott to throw this time. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
37 to Mike. Mike 37. And it's and we're going 37 to Mike. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. And we're going 37.
Prescott. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Jonathan Cyprien there defensively to make the play.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
Makes the score Eagles 17, Cowboys 0. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On 3rd down, Pollard. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Another run with Sanders. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Another run here with Sanders. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Eagles, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go. 120.
Check. Watch 54. All day. Every
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Go, go. Hey, Buck.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The throw by Wentz, caught by Jackson. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
36.
Hey, Lou. Here.
Check the call.
Wentz now on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver.
At their own 8-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not...
And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Play action. Now Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Cameron Johnston now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And the shuffle pass to the running back goes for no yardage, but they used to call that the Utah pass, made famous by Coach Cactus Jack Curtis and his quarterback, Lee Grosscup.
56. We own them.
On second down, it's Pollard. And some room to run now. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Throwing, Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll go again with Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Waiting! Not today, you are. Not today.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Here we go. Waiting. Solid. X3. 218. Chop.
They'll run with Sanders. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets them closer to the goal line with second down coming up. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Second and goal from inside the 5. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. line of scrimmage. Again, the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Once again with Sanders. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Sanders, the rookie second-round draft pick. They're hoping he can solidify this backfield. It's a backfield for Philadelphia that's really been a revolving door the last couple of years. Jay Ajayi, Corey Clement, Wendell Smallwood, Josh Adams, Donnell Pumphrey, the newly retired Darren Sproles. All those guys getting carries, but nobody really the solid RB1 in Philadelphia. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary has played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game,
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Now a desperation throw. It got his man complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Prescott from the gun. He's going to let it fly. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Prescott. Eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is third down and 12. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So on 4th down, on comes the Dallas kicker, Brett Maher. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets, defense doesn't. And a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish. Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Philadelphia, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.